In 1914, the Western Front became a brutal battlefield, where German and British soldiers fought across hundreds of yards of mud, wire, and open ground.
The fighting showed no mercy. Artillery hammered both positions, while soldiers stayed low in the trenches and fired blindly through the smoke. Across the open ground, every movement was dangerous. Machine guns swept the battlefield. Soldiers desperately clung to their trenches for protection. By Christmas Eve, the fighting was still relentless. Machine guns and mortars tore across the frozen battlefield, forcing exhausted soldiers deeper into their trenches. The fighting showed no mercy. Artillery hammered both positions, while soldiers stayed low in the trenches and fired blindly through the smoke.
Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht.
Then, from the darkness across no man's land, a strange sound reached the British trenches.
Singing.
The British soldiers did not know what to make of it. After months of killing, they were hearing the voices of their enemies singing peacefully across the battlefield.
Merry Christmas.
Across the battlefield, tiny Christmas trees and candles appeared along the German trenches, turning the darkness into something neither army had expected to see. Then came the first dangerous gesture. A German soldier rose above his trench, raised his empty hands, and slowly waved across the silent no man's land. The British finally answered the gesture. Across hundreds of yards of frozen ground, enemies began communicating without firing a single shot.
Happy Christmas! Frohe Weihnachten!
Then one German soldier took an extraordinary risk. He stepped into no man's land alone, walking slowly toward the enemy while hundreds of rifles watched.
For a moment, nobody moved. Then a British soldier made the same dangerous choice, leaving his rifle behind and stepping cautiously into the open.
Under the cold Christmas night, two enemies finally met in the middle of no man's land, choosing a handshake where bullets had ruled for months. The unbelievable scene began spreading. More German and British soldiers cautiously left their trenches, stepping into the darkness as the guns remained completely silent. With the guns silent, small gifts crossed the battlefield instead. Cigarettes, food, and personal belongings became unexpected tokens of friendship between former enemies.
As the darkness slowly gave way to Christmas morning, the battlefield changed again. What began with handshakes was about to become something nobody expected, a game of football.
By Christmas morning, the battlefield had become an unlikely football pitch. German and British soldiers kicked the ball between them, laughing where bullets had flown only hours before. After the game, the soldiers relaxed together, sharing drinks and stories. For a few hours, uniforms mattered less than the simple fact that they were all human. They began sharing more than cigarettes and food. Family photographs, stories, and tiny souvenirs reminded both sides that behind every uniform was someone waiting at home. But the extraordinary peace could not last forever. Officers on both sides began calling their men back, reminding them that the war was waiting in the trenches. One by one, they returned to their separate trenches. Across the vast battlefield, the soldiers once again faced each other from a distance, and the Christmas truce was ending. And then the guns spoke again. The Christmas truce had ended. Enemies had remembered they were human. For one Christmas, the battlefield became a place of peace.